Thank everyone for joining us tonight. Tonight is going to be a lot of fun. We at Vfinity are a company driven by wellness with solutions and tools to help people take back control of their lives. And so tonight is going to be all about ways that we can help you simplify your life, not in terms of just wellness, but also in terms of weight loss, making choices that make sense for you and that are easy to do and stay committed to. So we're so glad you joined us. As you probably know, you've probably felt it in the air too. May is like the new January. I think a lot of people, as we've come out of this last year, we're all like, wow, it really feels like this is the new year all of a sudden because things are shifting, things are changing, and it's like, I'm going to get back out there and do things. So we're just glad that you've joined us. People are ready to make changes in their lives, like in earnest, that they wanted to do 5 months ago, but are now ready to do. So I'm going to hand it straight over to a dear friend of mine, an incredible mentor and coach in this company and in life in general. And her name is Jill LaFond, and she's going to start talking about wellness your way.
Thank you, Dr. Paul. Hey, everybody. So glad that you guys are joining us. We've been, for the past, few years, we've been following along with our cheat sheet. And Lisa DeVoren was like, I really wish we could make this a little better, a little more professional. And I really dreaded doing this. I really dreaded it because I'm OCD when it comes to stuff like this. And I knew once we got started, it'd be crazy. But we decided to just kind of clean it up a little bit, make it a little easier to follow. For those of you who've been following for a while, this is going to sound super familiar to you. For those of you who maybe fell off the track and want to get back on the track, or maybe you just want to, freshen up to what we're all doing, this is for you. Okay, this call is for you. So wellness your way. There is no magic pill or no magic plan out there. Sorry to break that news to everybody. There's just not. There are a lot of people who will invest, $400 or $500 in, prepackaged food, or maybe, one-on-one coaching where they talk to their coach a couple times a week, or maybe even a couple times a day. But what happens when that prepackaged food stops coming, or you get tired of paying $400 or $500 for some, a wellness coach? Chances are, you've not really learned anything along the way to really help you maintain the losses. And here at Vfinity, we're all about teaching folks, simple lifestyle basics that wellness experts agree are good for your health, good for your wellness. And it all starts with wellness. Back to my earlier comment, there's no magic plan, right? It's just doing little things along the way. They're going to help you manage your blood sugar, manage your hormones, stay hydrated. That's going to make all the difference. So we're going to jump right in here. We have our lifestyle basics. Really quickly, intermittent fasting is about controlling your blood sugar. We say these are at a glance because you could go out and research all of these topics. Certainly don't take my word on any of this stuff. Google everything that we're sharing. But controlling your blood sugar is huge as it relates to so many diet-related wellness issues. Low carb way of eating. That's another one that's designed around helping to manage your blood sugar. Journaling, that's just about accountability and holding you accountable to what you're actually putting in your mouth every day. Exercise, that's about heart health and building strength. And as we age, one of the most important things we can do to maintain our vitality and to stay independent is to keep up our strength. We've got peace practice and rest. Dr. Paul always tells me I don't get enough sleep. Those two things are so important to help control your stress and to regulate your hormones, which all come back and are tied to impacting our weight and our wellness. And then last but not least, and that glass could probably be half the size of this page to get the point across, getting half of your weight in ounces of water. It is super simple for you to stay, super important for you to stay hydrated for so many reasons. So those are the basics. Right? Nothing new that you guys probably haven't heard about. Those people who get started and they combine more of these, they just have more success more quickly. We have some folks that have done all of them and they're continuing to do all of them. Lisa DeVoren would tell you, yeah, I've never journaled and I wasn't really even great with the exercise, but she lost 25 pounds in like 6 months. So you just decide what's going to be right for you. What can you do? And you might even change it over time. You may be really great doing something for a few weeks and then maybe you fall off the wagon, but you pick it up with something else. These lifestyle basics are so valuable to your health. The thing that I love about the Vfinity products is our products make doing all of these lifestyle basics so much simpler. You don't feel deprived. They help you with your mood and your appetite and your energy. It just makes doing these really great things for your health easier, and that's why I love them. And a lot really convenient too. If you love our smoothies and our keto perk, it just makes creating some delicious snacks or meals just really easy. And then last but not least, all of this rests on support. We are here. We are not doctors. We are not offering medical advice. We are simply, as Lisa likes to say, two middle-aged women who are really stuck, and we really couldn't, we really weren't successful in what we were doing, and we figured it out. Now, I would tell you, my 20-something-year-old daughter and her girlfriend Mercedes, they've used the plan too, so it doesn't really matter. 20, 50, 60, 70. This is just common sense wellness. That's all it is. So we're going to jump right into the sample day. Super simple. We do practice intermittent fasting. It's so important. If you clean fast, that means you take nothing, no calories until you break your fast. You can dirty fast with calories under 100. Then your morning starts with big, huge glass of water, our V3 for energy, the keto perk and the dose. You're going to eat 2 meals, and your meals are going to consist of proteins, healthy fats, and vegetables. Or this is where our meal replacements come in with V1 smoothie and V2 greens. We have over 100 recipes and so many different fun ways to combine them. And then you have a snack. The snack, again, could be the products or protein, healthy fats, and veggies. At bedtime, you take the V-biotic. That is what somebody who's using all or most of the products would do, okay? You could look at this and be like, okay, well, I'm going to do this, 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 or this. And I could tell you, of the thousands of people who are following along with us, we have very few that followed exactly the same way. And even if you ask me, I don't follow the same way. I mean, from one day to the next, just depending on how my day's gone. That's why I love it. It's flexible. When you get started, figure out why. Why do you want to do this? So I've had some people want to lose, from my personal why is I just want to maintain a healthy weight so I can stay off medications. We had Mike Regan when he started. He wanted to lose, he didn't even really put a number out there. He ended up losing 145 pounds because he didn't want to have a heart attack like his dad had when he was 55. Find that why and connect to that why. Maybe you want to be able to chase your grandkids around. You want to be able to walk your grandpuppy. Maybe you want to just be able to, tie your shoes. Connect with what that why is. It might change over time. And then when you get stuck, remember why you started. So I'm gonna turn it over to Lisa at this point. As I mentioned, Lisa DeVorn joined us. She lost 25 pounds over 6 months. Lisa, what would you tell people? And why don't you join us? Come on and share with me, what tips do you have for folks, and how would you encourage people to get started?
Yeah, so thanks, Jill, for sharing my dirty secrets, right? I don't really like to exercise. I didn't journal. And truth be known, I don't really like greens. So I'm not a good dieter at all, right? I don't like to feel deprived. And this is really the first program that ever worked for me. It made sense to me. And the food list makes sense to me. Substituting carbs is hard, but adding fats, I could do that. Right. And there's some good choices on here. If you look under, we have different categories. The last one being fun snack ideas, which is, my go-to when I'm looking for something. But flavored almonds and nuts. Blue Diamond makes some great nuts that are easy to eat. Artichoke dip and guacamole and with celery is great. And to be honest, when I started this program, the one thing that really saved me and my favorite product was the V1 smoothie, which tastes like vanilla cupcake batter, right? You add the smoothie with a little bit of unsweetened almond milk. It's 150 calories. And I definitely did not feel deprived doing that. There's over 100 recipes we have for the smoothie. You can add your greens to it, which I learned to do over time. And now I was getting 3 to 5 servings of my greens in my smoothie. Don't taste them at all. And I feel really good about that. And I think when you're eating things that are really good for you and it, you want to stay committed, and it's easier to stay on the program. So it's all about feeling better and looking better and living your best life, really. So those are my secrets to this program that made it work for me.
Excellent. Thank you, Lisa. Dr. Paul, anything you want to say before we move on to our next slide?
No, I just love this because wellness is my passion, and being in the wellness industry for as long as I have been, to be able to see something that's so complete and so simple and so practical, the average person that wants to live life and still have a good time can do this and commit to it, because guess what? We're teaching simple wellness things. Yes, we have amazing products that are designed to work together, but everything else that's here is like the meat of what actually helps people make change and keep the change going. And anybody that's been with us since the beginning, they're still with us. They're doing the same thing and they're keeping it up. It's just a wellness driven company. And I'm so grateful, Lisa, that you got started, Jill, that you got started, that this is something that we're all doing together that we can learn from and really help other people make massive changes in their life if that's something they want to do, or little changes if that's all they need. So
That's right, Dr. Paul. And the thing I would also tell people, like when I first started on this, I couldn't believe how much I could actually cheat on it. And that's because the products really do the heavy lifting. On days when I'm taking all the products, I'm getting two. I usually do the V1 smoothie as a meal, and then the greens and the keto perk as a snack. That's 300 calories, and that is filling. So if I do those products on a day, that leaves me a ton of calories for real food. And then I don't know. It's just, it's really, I like the flexibility I have. And then if I blow it over a weekend, it's okay. I get right back on track. I tell folks, 80-20 rule applies here. If you're good like 80% of the time, you cannot worry about it the other 20%. And if you fall off, that's okay. Because guess what? We've been here for 3.5 years now. I'm planning on being here for decades. I've checked in with Alex, our CEO. He says he's here for decades. Lisa, Dr. Paul, I know you guys agree. So, if you fall off, get back on, because this is just stuff that works. And people who stay connected, even when I text you and you don't want to text me back because you had a bad week, it's the people who text me back who are maintaining 60, 70, 100-pound weight loss over 2-3 years now. Like, that's crazy. So anyhow, let's go on to our next slide. I'm going to actually bring Lisa on here because look at Lisa's latest before and after picture. And this just, granted that she's up on the left-hand side, that maybe that was a bad angle in that picture, because I had seen her and they're like, it's amazing. It's just amazing. Her transformation's been amazing. But Lisa, I know that you could, I really wanted you to share on this slide because you came in with one product and then you kind of grew over time. So maybe you could just share, folks, your experience and how they could get started if this is, sounds right for them.
Yeah, thanks, Jill. And so you're right. And so one thing I do want to say is, so I'm not a great dieter, right? We already covered that, but, and I lost 25 pounds, took me 6 months, which is not very quick, but the key is that I didn't feel deprived and I've kept that weight off for 2.5 years and I never see it coming back. So that's really the key for this program, I think, too. So the ways to get started. So you can start using 1 or 2 products in the beginning to boost your results, or you can dive in and buy all of the products and buy a pack and let them work together and speed up your results. Or you can join as a lifestyle consultant where you can make some extra money and have a side gig and maybe pay off that cell phone bill or the gas during the month and bring some friends along on the wellness journey. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight and turn it back over to Jill.
Thank you, Lisa. And the one thing I would say about, bring a few friends along. For me, having my friends on this journey, in a million years, I never could imagine I'd have a few hundred friends doing this, ever could have imagined. I certainly didn't imagine my high school classmates who I hadn't seen in like 35, 40 years would be joining me. But that holds me accountable. So if you're sitting here and you're watching this and any of this is piquing your interest, yes, there's an income potential to this. It's really simple. We get paid 20% on customer sales. It's not a complicated comp plan. But the non-monetary compensation for this, if you will, is when you're helping other folks, it inspires me on my own journey. I had yo-yo dieted pretty much since I was 20. In and out of Weight Watchers every decade in a different city based upon where I lived. And that was my whole life. But I feel like I am so much more committed because we've built a community around this. We've got our friends, we've got the Vfinity, Vfinity corporate. We've got all these other lifestyle consultants we're all connected with. We all feed off of that. So that's another total positive in terms of sharing. So, some of you may have joined tonight because you're ready to get started with the products, and you may not have even thought about, the lifestyle consultant side of this. But it's a huge thing when you start building a wellness community of people you love and care about, because not only are you helping them, they're helping you. And I tell the folks on our team every single day, like, they're like, thank you. I'm like, no, thank you, because you're helping me stay committed to my journey. So I really appreciate that. Right now, I'm going to say goodbye. Dr. Paul, we're going to bring you on for this last slide so you can just, briefly review Vfinity's products and help everyone understand, why we really have the best products out there for wellness and weight loss. Thank you. Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jill. And thank you, Lisa. It's interesting, we can talk about, the amazing journeys of all these people who've done so well and had massive change in their lives. And one thing that I get the most excited about is the behind the scenes, like what's happening in the biochemistry of our bodies. Why are these products so amazingly designed together to make it easy to do all the things that Lisa and Jill were talking about? And it's because they're designed with every aspect of wellness in mind. Whether it's detoxification, whether it's getting whole food greens, whether it's having meal replacement that has all the right kind of nutrients that only doctor-only supplement companies actually have. The kind of stuff that supports healthy fat, in terms of just how our body burns its fuel. Products that support our mood and our choices that we make related to food, and all the B vitamin complexes that we need. The foundation in terms of immune system support and digestion, and it's all here. And so I'm not going to talk about each one of these individually, but this is the family of products we have designed to help people not only find homeostasis, but to take back control. And the one thing you'll hear from anybody that's doing Vfinity is they feel like they have control again in a way that is something they can keep going for the rest of time. And Lisa, like she said, I've lost this weight off and I don't have any plans of it ever coming back. It's just not a thing because I understand how to have control. Even if we have those 2 days a week or 20% of the time that we're just, gonna go have a good time and not even think about it, well, guess what? We already have the lifestyle basics in place. And when you add in all these family of products, it just makes it so much simple and so much easier. So we're here to empower people to find a way that fits in their life to really make a change for them. And if they want to bring friends along to help them, bring their friends into a wellness lifestyle, that we're all here to support. So we're so glad you joined us tonight. We obviously have a lot of other Facebook Lives with more details about products and about how everything works, but we're glad you joined us. You guys have a wonderful night and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.